Hi, Linda.
Hi, Bessel.
What's on your mind today?
That piece that we did earlier with Ronan, where it's the reach, it was just, it's still latent, like it's still sticking with me, just the grief that came up around the ability to reach towards a man. That the inability to reach for my father has had an impact for me in my life.
So we can start putting him in the room. Is that right?
Yeah,
Okay, let's
yeah.
you choose somebody to be the father you could not reach out for.
Okay. Alex, could I ask you to be my father that I couldn't reach for?
I enroll as your father whom you couldn't reach out to.
Can we try you here, just out of arm's reach?
Absolutely. Try it out. Try it out. Yeah.
Yeah, and then get comfortable. We'll be here a while.
The witness can see how much you want to take care of your dad. Yeah, but
Yeah.
This is okay?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then, yeah, it's like, could you come a little bit closer? So it's like I almost can, but I can't. Yeah. Yeah. It's like I know you're there, but I can't tell.
would it be okay for your real father to say, I'm not really here?
Let's try it on.
Why don't you say that?
I'm not really here.
And it feels so right to hear you say that, because hearing you say that means that you are here. So growing up in Australia, life was hard. We were refugees and then we became immigrants, and my parents worked a lot.
Yeah.
And so I knew that my dad loved us because he was never there.
Yeah.
It's just this feeling.
Yeah. Would it be okay for him to say, all I knew was how to provide for my family?
All I knew was how to provide for my family.
Can I have my real dad have a support person?
I was wondering about that. What sort of support person shall we give your dad? What do you think he needed? What would have helped him? Aside from the love from his daughter.
He needed elders. So when we left Vietnam,
Yeah.
we left the grandparents behind.
Uh-huh.
And so my dad and my mother, they raised us without
Yeah.
guidance and without elders.
Yeah.
I think that would have made a difference to me.
So can you think of somebody who could play the role of an ideal elder who would have been there for your dad?
Geeta, could I ask you to be my real dad's ideal support person?
With your hands on his shoulder, if that's okay? Yeah.
I enroll as your dad's support person.
Use the word elders. Huh? You want to use the word elders. Yeah, that's important.
I enroll as your father's elder support person.
Can I ask Geeta to say more words?
What?
Can I ask the ideal elder to say more words?
Yeah, so absolutely.
I would have helped your dad to grieve the loss of our country.
I would have helped your dad to grieve the loss of our country.
And then you meeting me would not have been burdened with being the bridge of hope.
And you would not have been burdened with being the bridge of hope.
And then you wouldn't have felt the need to take care of your parents.
And then you wouldn't have felt the need to take care of your parents.
Yeah.
clearly I need a support person to do what my hands are doing.
I think so too.
Yeah.
Right. Would you like to? But what's the ideal person would you like to choose? Or just a support person, generic, or mom or dad?
I think it's a generic support person. I think this is the missing experience. It's not the ideal father or mother.
Yeah.
Yeah, and because I can hear and what my ideal elder is saying is landing, but I think having a support person would help those words to land better.
Uh-huh.
Could I have Mariah on one side and Ronan on the other, and one can be this hand and one can be this hand, and then they can each have a hand on my back somewhere, which
It's your show.
we'll figure out.
This is your chance.
I know, it's like, I can ask for what I
Yeah, you can
want.
do it.
I can ask for what I want.
I enroll as your ideal female contact person. at this
I
point.
enroll as your ideal contact person.
I enroll as your ideal male contact person.
I enroll as your ideal male contact person.
And now she's going to arrange you.
Yeah, yeah.
Don't be spontaneous. She's going to do it for you. But it needs to come from Linda.
Okay, so there's this hand is going to be here like this, and then
Yeah.
this hand is going to do, but wrap, yeah, like that. Could I ask Paulette if it's okay with you to be my real mother, who's also barely there?
I enroll as your real mother who is barely there.
This is weird. Can you please sit next to next to real dad? But I want can I have a barrier between the two of you? Like, yeah. Oh yeah, that's so real. Oh, that's so real. This was my map.
When you're traumatized, your mind and brain sort of live in the past. You're still living back there. And so you're always trying to fend off danger. You're afraid of what will happen to you. And it's very hard for you to just be in the present. Because those fear systems keep coming in and say, who's going to mess with me? Who's going to put me down? Who's going to shoot me? Who's going to rape me? And so as long as you're afraid, you cannot focus on what's going on right now. And so a very important part of healing from trauma is learning to be in the present and to say, it's okay to be here. It's okay to lie in bed with you and to feel your body next to mine. Wow, I feel safe now. Huh? But when you're traumatized, that moving body goes like, oh my God, something terrible is going to happen to me. And so the challenge is to go like, oh, I feel your body and I'm here. And to not get the past to continuously misinterpret what happens to you right now. Yeah? So being in the present is really the core issue.
If I had been your ideal mother, I would have held you like this.
I would have seen you and known you.
I would have seen you and known you.
And my heart would have been open to you.
And my heart would have been open to you.
And you would have sung to me.
Would have sung for you,
Yes.
and I would have sung for you.
And I would have sung for you.
Say it with a clear voice. I would have sung for you.
I would have sung for you.
You would have sung for me.
Maybe you would still just sing for her. Can you sing for her?
Oh. We would have sung together.
That would have been so nice.
See if you can sing a little bit for her. Can you do that?
You would have mimed like the drag queen. We would have mimed.
Would have lip synced.
Lip synced.
We would have gone to drag shows and lip synced together.
This sounds really strange. Can I touch your face?
Of course.
Can we rub noses? Can you touch my face first? Okay. You can squish. Oh, that was actually enough.
Okay.
Yeah, squish, squish. Okay. Oh. I really wished we could have been silly together.
Yeah. But as your ideal mom, I'm with you.
As your ideal mom, I'm with you.
And I really wished that we could have touched and played and
Yeah. Yeah. And if I'd been your ideal mom, we would have touched and played the way we're doing that right now.
If I had been your ideal mom, we would have played and touched just like we've been doing.
The way we are right now.
The way we are right now.
and you were just working so much, both of you, that when you were at home you were just so tired. And I had to be quiet. So that was my way of taking care of the family.
But if you had been your ideal mom, you wouldn't have needed to stay quiet.
If I had been your ideal mom, you wouldn't have had to be quiet.
And I would have heard you and Dad screaming at each other with joy.
And you would have
Let me
heard.
say, you still haven't enrolled him as your ideal dad. You have to do a
No,
little
not
thing like
yet.
that. You have to do that, actually.
Hey, want to be my ideal dad?
Yeah.
Okay.
Be happy to enroll as your ideal dad.
And then I wouldn't have moved through the world trying to enroll every man into being my ideal dad. If I had have had an ideal dad.
If I'd been your ideal dad, you would have known what you were looking for. See that, Roman?
I'm sorry.
If I'd been your ideal dad, you would have known what to look for.
If I had been your ideal dad, you would have known what to look for.
That's really landing right now. And if you had been my ideal mum, I wouldn't have been in such a rush to get away from you.
Right? If I'd been your ideal mom, you wouldn't have been much in a rush to get away from me.
If I had been your ideal mom, you would not have been in a rush to get away from me.
The witness can see the astonishment on your face as you look at an ideal dad.
And if my parents had an ideal elder, and if I had my very own ideal elder, I wouldn't have been in such a rush to give away my Vietnameseness.
That's big. Just take it in. Then we're going to start de-rolling, okay?
Yeah,
Are you okay?
yeah.
Okay. So, I de-roll as your ideal elder.
I de-roll as your ideal elder. I'm Dolly.
And Dolly. Right. And I de-enroll as your parents' ideal ancestor. I'm Gita.
I de-enroll as your parents' ideal elder. I'm Gita.
And I de-roll as your real mom. I'm Paulette.
I de-roll as your real mom. I'm Paulette.
And I de-roll as your real dad. I'm Alex.
I de-roll as your real dad. I'm Alex.
And I de-roll as your ideal dad. I'm Roman.
I de-roll as your ideal dad. I'm Ronan.
And you as your ideal mom. I'm Mariah.
And you roll as your ideal mom. I'm Mariah.